Online.
Ladies and gentlemen.
May I have your attention, please?
Are you guys ready?
Chaos is about to become order.
Inside the Man Cave.
Oh yeah.
Inside the Man Cave podcast show with me, Johnny Compian. Back at you with another live hit at night. What about that? Trying to be a little bit more consistent, coming on here live and chitty-chatting with you guys. I started off with a little ZZ Top because today marks 1 year that we lost Dusty Hill of the ZZ Top. Very sad news when that happened, went down. Dusty Hill passed away last year at 72. So it was a little appropriate there to start with a little ZZ Top to pay tribute to Dusty Hill. What is everybody up to? What's going on with everybody? I'm unprepared tonight. I just come in here just to kind of go live and get some hits on my YouTube channel because if I want to get monetized at some point, I got to come on here and do like 4,000 hours of live time. So that's what I'm doing. So feel free to tweet at me at Johnny Compian, or let me turn the chat on so you can come on and chat with me and join the show. I've already got my Zoom set up. I think I can put this this code out there. So if you guys want to jump in on Zoom, that would be cool because I'll put the little screen here so you can jump in, just pop in, see what's up. Yeah, so let's put the chat on and see if we're able to chat, right? So there's a couple things that went across my radar today, and I did a little quick. I jumped in here pretty quick and started talking about Chris Cornell, and I can't get away from the San Antonio Spurs in Austin. I saw another article on the Texas Monthly came out, and it was that what caught me was the title of the article. It was "Why Are We Playing Footsie with Austin?" And it's has a picture of the San Antonio Spurs, which I've been talking a lot about, and it's very interesting because the writer on that article comes at a different angle than what the city is portraying, right? So at some point, I'd like to get into that and keep pounding, keep pounding that rock like Pop says, and trying to see what I can kind of stir up a little bit, right? That's what we do. We spin things. I know I do. I like to spin things and kind of just to create banter and so that came up. And then another thing I saw on Twitter was could Texas handle a third NFL team? Right now you have the Texans and you have the Dallas Cowboys. And that was a very interesting topic because San Antonio's been wanting an NFL team for a long time. So it's pretty interesting that came up on the radar, which we're always used for a leverage team. And that article brought up what article did I read a few articles just to kind of get a couple pinpoints from everything that was going on these articles. But they brought up the New Orleans Saints. I remember when Katrina happened, I was working at a station here in San Antonio, and the Saints, San Antonio opened the doors and said, "Hey, whoever wants to come in, and we got places for people to to have some shelter, and a lot of people ended up staying here in San Antonio. But we did inherit the the New Orleans Saints, so we had some NFL football at the Alamo Dome. I attended like 2 games. I think I attended the Bills game, if I'm correct, and the Atlanta Falcons. Michael Vick was playing quarterback. So that was interesting, seeing Vic, the dog killer, on, on the field there at the Alamo Dome. I know he's part of Fox and, breaking down the games on Sunday. I just it's hard for me to let that go. I'm sorry. So, it doesn't matter, that's my opinion. Like I said, when I come on here, I'm gonna express my opinion, like it or not. And, if you wanna push back, I mean, I'm all for it. Yeah, I'm not here to start a fight. I'm just here just to have a good time, come out here and talk about a few things, maybe play a little bit of music because I'm trying not to. I'm trying to be disciplined. Maybe play more cuts, some audio clips of certain topics. Like thing that came across my radar as well is the UFO thing in Congress. They had a hearing, so behind closed doors. So there was a little bit that came out of that, and I want to play some clips of that because I think I find that a little interesting. Um, because a lot of people claim they've seen this and that, and what do we have? Some Navy guys, Air Force guys that saw something. I know that at night where you're out in the middle of nowhere and there's nothing, and all of a sudden you see something zoom by, or um, so things start to build up, and it's kind of interesting that Congress got involved and said, "Hey, we want to have a hearing about this and kind of look in more into that." And they're still skeptics, and there's a lot of people that don't buy in. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about it. Do I think something exists out there? I don't know. Some of these, we have that rover in Mars. And I'd like to see more pictures of that. Right? Let's look that up because I know um, they took a picture of um, some area, and it showed like a door. So let's check it out. Let's check out this stuff here and see if we can, see a little bit about that because I'm interested in this. This is pretty cool. Let's see. I don't know if this is where it lands. Wow. Yeah, it just shows when it landed. I don't want to see this. I want to see some of the pictures and stuff. Um, let's see if it has any. Let's see. What is this? Um, let's see if it has some Mars. Let's see what this is. Hmm. I think that thing is cool. I just want to see more pictures. That's pretty cool. Hmm. Whoa. Ooh, that's cool. Show more pictures. I want to see more pictures. How about you guys? Wow. That's pretty crazy. Wow. Whoa. That sounds pretty crazy. Hmm. I just want to see more pictures of Mars, right? I don't know. I'm on the fence about a lot of this stuff, but I want to find that picture or the video of they said they think they found like a door, which was pretty cool. So you know, who knows? Who knows? Um, so I don't know. I want to put this video on about Congress, and let's see if we could find it. Um, Here we go. Commercial. Oh, here we go. Hmm. Wow. Hmm. Drones, huh? See, that's what I think it is. I think that's what it is, right? Hmm. Okay, so they went behind closed doors. Um, I want to see what well, I want to hear what they're saying about this stuff, right? Because we do hear news reports and people seeing things in the skies, but most of the time, a lot of people are just high or buzzed out or out in the country somewhere, right? I think it's interesting that they had a hearing about these deals, but um, maybe we'll find out something in the next couple of days where they have some answers for us. Whatever. Anyway, I thought that was a little funny when I saw that. So I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. But I want to get into this conversation about um, the Spurs, the San Antonio Spurs. I think it's very interesting that there's a bunch of different things that are coming up. And that Texas Monthly article that I saw was pretty interesting. So, what do you guys think? You hit me up on Twitter at Johnny Compian. If you're watching, I appreciate it. I put it on Facebook. You can click the link and check it out. I didn't want to go there. Um, I kind of wanted to see what kind of traction I would build up just to go on YouTube. And it's not working. Everybody's like probably sleeping at this time of night or morning. And I'm up awake, just kind of here, just chitty chatting by myself. So if you're out there, I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. And it's pretty cool how you can do this stuff and reach people, right? I was trying to hit up one of my friends on IG, and I approached him about joining me for this podcast. Interesting cat, good people. Um, lately he's been going through some adversity, but don't we all, right? We all overcome and um, have stuff that we deal with. So I asked him. Hopefully, he will come in and break it up a little bit with me. That'd be cool. I can use somebody else in here. But for now, you got me just kind of blabbing, and I'm trying not to play music. I'm really, really trying hard not to play music, but I can play video. See, that's the fun part. That's the cool part is I can play video and get in trouble with video, right? So let's see what we can find. Let's see here. I saw something that I wanted to check out. Oh, yeah. Whoa, commercial. Well, this says it's NASA. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. This is pretty cool. Yeah, it's a cool view. So pretty much this is what you're gonna get from me for now. And I'm trying to implement a couple of interviews here and there. So we'll hear from different people, friends, I'm gonna put a Zoom link up so you can come on and chat with me. That'd be cool. So we can do that now, right? That's what we gained from the pandemic is Zoom. We can Zoom and chat, and that's cool. So are you guys excited about the NBA finals coming up? Dallas lost one, and I'm glad. I don't want to root for Golden State, but I'm not gonna root for the Mavericks. I'm not a Maverick fan. Never have been because of Cuban. I'm glad Lil Wayne said what he said to him. I bet he won't tell him to his face. Cuban's a punk. But not a huge Maverick fan. Don't really care about the NBA playoffs. We weren't a play in. We didn't even make it. So, bah, whatever. But I do want to get into more about this San Antonio, Austin, Spurs conversation that's going along the city where everybody's chatting about it. So I want to get into that. Um, I think it's interesting because at first we received a letter that the Holtz had put out, and it was talking about that they love the city, and the city means so much to the family and they want to keep it there. Well, of course you're going to keep it in the family until they offer you a huge amount of money. One of the articles that I was checking out, it had all the companies that they have up north in Austin that would sponsor this. Huge, huge, huge companies that are willing, I'm sure, to sponsor the San Antonio Spurs if they ever decided to go up north, which I think they are at some point. Why? Why do you ask? Why, Johnny? Why do you think the Spurs are going to move up to Austin? Not being, you might think I'm crazy because I'm saying that, but I truly believe the Spurs at some point will go up north. And their excuse to be, you can still come see our games. You can drive up a couple miles to come watch a game, but they want those huge sponsorships that are up there. There's a lot more companies up there than they have down here in San Antonio. But they're also talking about a combo too. Um, and I talked about in a previous podcast how there was another article that came out that I kind of saw on Twitter. Yeah, I saw it on Twitter. Um, and the question was, could Texas have another NFL team? Could Dallas have two teams in Dallas? They do it in LA, right? San Antonio, don't even stand up. Stay sitting down. You guys can't handle that. We are leverage city. You need a new stadium? Come flirt with us a little bit, and we'll get you just like Mark Davis and um, who else? I think the Chargers at one point. No, Chargers never did that. But I think it's comical how they said in that article, San Antonio, yeah, no, Austin, oh yeah, I believe it because they were trying to say, well, Austin can connect with San Marcos, can do it on their own. And I think Jerry, he knows he wouldn't allow it in San Antonio. The Cowboy fan base in San Antonio is outrageous. That's why Jerry's like, "Hey, stay away from San Antonio. No, that belongs to me." Right? But I don't know. I can see Austin getting an NFL team, and they would have the Spurs. Just imagine they got the Austin trees. They have the Texas Longhorns. They would have their own. Oh, who was it? I think it was the Broncos that were flirting, that they brought up in a conversation not too long ago about moving to Austin. Can you imagine that? And they would just kind of like, it's like you walk into a room and you know somebody there that you want to avoid, and that's like San Antonio. And you're like, okay, let me not look to the left because I know they're standing there and staring at me. And you're walking in with Roger Goodell, about to do a press conference and, hey, welcome, Austin. Your new NFL team is here. And San Antonio is giving you the stink eye. Like, what did we do wrong? Jerry Jones. Imagine they got the Spurs. I can see that. I mean, what does San Antonio have left? Nothing. There's there's nothing here. I don't know. I've talked about this and said, like, we don't get any concerts here. We opened up that new place on the south side, that state of the art theater or amphitheater, whatever they built. I've never been there. I don't think I plan to go there. Don't want to be on the south side of town. Um, but they have a new place up in Austin, the Moody Arena, state of the art. They've already had George Strait. They've had you name it. They've had a bunch of bands and events there. And I've only heard of one event at this new place. The Smashing Pumpkins opened it up. Hmm. You know what? I like the Smashing Pumpkins, about 10, 20 years ago. See what I'm talking about? We're always that small town mentality. That's what I feel like. So many bands that you want to see and check out always passes up. It wasn't like that years ago, but all of a sudden, you know, Austin's just getting everything. And the vibe is cool up there. Everybody, just loves the vibe and appreciates it. So that's why it attracts, right? San Antonio doesn't have much. I was up there, um, fr- it was Friday or Saturday, and I was having a slice of pizza at Home Slice. So I start talking to this young lady across from me. I was like, "Is this your first time here?" And she's like, "No, I've been here plenty of times. I'm from Waco, and we're just passing through. We're going down to San Antonio." And I'm like, "Yeah, please don't do that. Stay here. Enjoy yourself here. Go out to the domain and go shop, and don't waste your time in San Antonio." It's harsh, right? But there's really nothing going on in San Antonio. It's harsh. I hate saying that. I grew up in this city. I grew up here, and it's a drag that this city doesn't doesn't really appreciate, the good stuff that we want to do. I think all they do is think about themselves. Oh, we need more conventions. We need a busload of conventions and bring them on. We got plenty of hotel space. Bring them on down. Bring them down to the Henry B. Gonzalez. Is that what it's called? Yeah, bring them down there and go to the Grand Hyatt. Go to the Riverwalk. It's a bummer. I hate saying this stuff too, but that's the way it has been for our city, and it's a bummer. I hate it. So, how do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel about um, losing your Spurs? Because you will lose your San Antonio Spurs at some point. You're going to lose them. How do you guys feel about it? I don't know. We almost lost them to Sacramento. So, anyway, I'm Johnny Compian. This is Inside the Man Cave podcast show. I appreciate you joining me, jumping on here and, kind of chitty chatting. So there's a couple things on the docket that I'm going to touch on. And then there'll be times where I just want to get some time in here. So there'll be times I'm just not going to do anything. Maybe I'll put this up and you can listen to that. That's the earth. Ooh. So no, where are we at? You can't see it. Yeah. Interesting. Hmm. Cool. I appreciate you guys jumping in. If you're there, if you're not, hey, go check out some of my past podcast shows on Anchor. Just look me up, Johnny Compion. The name of the show is Inside the Man Cave Podcast Show with me, Johnny Compion. And if you're joining live, I appreciate it. Welcome into the Man Cave. This is the Man Cave. Look around. There's a couple nice things here that I have on the wall. Enjoy it. Um, the beauty of it is about this is that I'm thinking about just staying on here all night and talking about nothing. What do you guys think about that? Yeah. And check out the earth all night. The earth. Earth. Check out the earth. Oh. Shit, this fucking music might put me to sleep first. Who knows? Let's see how long it lasts, right? And how long I can stay on. I need to get 4,000 hours of live. So you'll be seeing me a lot talking about nothing. Hey, got to do what you got to do, right? Join the chat. You can chat. If you're watching this right now, you can kind of go on the chat and send me questions or whatever. Do that because I suck at this. I'm just talking and just hanging out. I've been on 36 minutes and I haven't really talked about anything interesting. I'm just kind of blabbing, wasting time. Checking out the sports mix, which has all these games, has highlights from the Golden State Dallas Maverick game, which Dallas lost, which is good. Um, and it's also got it on the NFL Network and the golf or the tennis channel and ESPN2 and CBS Sports and Fox Sports 1. So yeah, I'm doing all that at 2:50 in the morning. What are you doing? Why aren't you in here chatting or talking or drinking a beer, whatever you're doing? This is what I'm doing. I'm watching the earth. the NASA feed. That shit is gonna put me to sleep. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I appreciate you guys coming in, checking this out. I put this up on Facebook and see if people jump in. Um, nobody's come on. Let's see here. Here we go. Let's change it up. Let's edit the post and say I'm live right now. Yeah. Check it out. Jump in, see what's up. I want to do this on Facebook because I suck still. I wanted to kind of just like take it easy and trying to hide and just go on YouTube, but I didn't. So I just decided just to put it up and maybe I'll put it up on Twitter. Yeah. Let's wait until people start coming in, right? Yeah. Let's do that. Anybody? Bueller? Bueller? Anyone? Let's see the first person that comes in here from Facebook and makes themselves presentable on the chat. I'll pop open a beer. Or maybe you haven't. We'll have one together. What do you think about that? Why not? Anybody? Somebody? There's nobody. 40 minutes in, there's nobody watching. It's coming up on 3 a.m. Can't get any viewers. So that's cool because I don't have to work that hard. All I got to do is sit here and chat by myself and you know, kind of just go on and on. Grab a beer, chill out. I'm trying to be disciplined. I'm trying not to play any music so I will not get a strike or they won't ban me from YouTube. So I'm flipping right now through Twitter and watching the Earth Earth Cam. Yeah, maybe I should have done this earlier when everybody was awake. But I'm a night owl. I want people to come in at night, and that's the interesting people, right? That are up late. Like, what are you doing up right now at 3 in the morning? Me, I'm just live on YouTube from San Antonio. What the hell are you doing? Yeah, so I'm gonna sit here until somebody pops up. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. But for now, we'll just sit here and wait. Can we get like 10 followers or at least 2 followers? I got 4 people that are subscribed to my channel. Can I get to 10 by Friday? That'd be cool. That'll help me out. And that's pathetic, right? It's pathetic, like begging for people to watch. Yeah, there's an article that I want to get into. Um, and it's with the David Letterman show on Netflix. Netflix is going through a lot of shit right now. They laid off a lot of people. They're talking about being the end soon. I don't think so. Who knows? I don't know. I'm here just talking about this, but who knows, right? But it's funny. I'm kind of reading a couple things from this. Um, it's cool because a lot of athletes, NFL football players, talk about using marijuana and clears their mind, helps with the pains. They don't have to take any pills or get injected. I get it. It's like when you hear interviews with these former football players that played the game, they say it's like getting in a car wreck and it's really hard to recover. So why not? Why not allow these guys to partake? It's legal now, except in Texas. Everywhere else, you can get marijuana, except in Texas. We'll never get it as long as you got Abbott at the helm. You will not be buying any weed from a dispensary. All you do is buy the hemp they sell at the CBD stores around. Who say, "Oh, this is real stuff." Yeah, okay, cool, man. Yeah, okay, we'll buy it. Let's smoke the fake shit until we can get the real stuff, right? At least we're getting somewhere. But Kevin Durant was on with David Letterman on his show on Netflix. I really want to see that. And he talks about, smoking marijuana to him is like having a glass of wine, which is very interesting. Relaxes you, right? That's that's it right there. I agree with him. And I'm sure, I didn't watch the whole interview, but I've seen some articles pop up, and I can't wait to watch that. It's gonna be very. I love Letterman. Whatever he does, I think I watched when it first came out. I think he had Barack Obama, Kim Kardashian, and a few other people. And just great interview, just like Howard Stern. Just a natural at it. Great interviewers. Howard is the king. Just like the book. I started reading it. I never finished it. And I finished Private Parts, so I just never finished Howard Comes Again. So it's very interesting that they're talking about this because I'm sure the NBA has their rules, right? Just like even in these legal states, I mean, you still got to comply and obey by the rules. You can't go into work high or drive high. So they want to make sure that if you're doing this, you're doing it on your own time at home. And I get that. So it's pretty interesting. Um, you know, and he says in this interview here that I'm reading, the Brooklyn Nets star who informed Letterman that he was high during the interview said that weed clears distractions out of his brain a little bit, and continued it settles you down, and that's so true. People with anxiety, um, that can't handle it, right? I'm for that. I'm all for that. So it's interesting that he talked about that. Now I'm really interested in seeing this interview with Kevin Durant. So I got to get more in depth in that with the NFL, because I know the NFL was at it and talking about, because players would come out and say, "Hey, we do indulge, and we do it because we don't want to take these pills." And I get it. I get it. I totally get it. So that's one interview that I want to watch very soon. Maybe I don't know when it comes out. Maybe I can look up some excerpts from the interview, right? Maybe it's already on now. But that's very interesting. But Durant's he's getting there already. How many years does he have? He's got a lot of miles on him already. Um, so it's going to be very interesting to see how the commissioner of the NBA reacts to this. Um, oh, okay. Let's see. I think there's some excerpts on here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. It's horrible. Hmm. Wow. And there's nothing wrong with that. I love Letterman. Comatose. In the zone, baby. See, that's going to be a great, 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 great series. So, what, Friday? Can't wait to watch that. That's going to be so good. Letterman is such a great interviewer. Um, and I didn't know that. See, you learned something new. Durant is in the weed business. And a lot of these people are. A lot of these NFL players, former NFL players, uh, This guy's a current NBA player. That's very curious. I got a lot of questions about that. That's the business to be in. That's something that I would love to be ahead of in Texas when we're able, but I don't know if I'll be alive by the time we get legalized pot in Texas, right? And he talked about the narrative. Just what I said, just before even watching that and the stigma, oh, they're just a bunch of potheads or this or that, they're going to hell. All the stigma, right? Yeah, I get it. When you were in school and you smoked pot and everybody's like, he's just a pothead. The dude's never going to do anything with his life. He's a stoner. Now look, 30 years later, 40 years later, and what Letterman, that was a great story. Him and his girlfriend went and he went to a game and he didn't even know who won the game. He was just out of it. Can you imagine him smoking now or taking edibles or doing edibles now? Those things are potent. When I go to Vegas, I indulge in Vegas. It's legal there, but you gotta, you know, do it in doses. You can't just go up there and say, "Blah, blah, I'm gonna take all this," because then you'll be down pretty hard because all the stuff they put out now is pretty potent. We all know that. People that have indulged in Vegas or if you've been into a legal state in Colorado. I've never been to Colorado, but I've talked to a few people who've been in Colorado and they have mushrooms. Mushrooms are legal and I mean, what is wrong with that? And in Texas, you drive down 35 and you get pulled over, you're gonna get a shakedown, man. They're gonna shake you down. They're gonna go through your trunk. They're gonna go through your glove box. They're gonna go under. They're gonna call the dogs in to make sure you don't have a fucking roach in your car. To make sure because they want to take you in. They want to put you in the system and make you start paying probation and doing all the bullshit. So you got to be really careful in Texas. And I don't see it. It's too crazy to get involved in any of that because it's dangerous. And yeah, like I said, you can go down and get some CBD. I bought some CBD to sleep, and it helped me out with my anxiety. Um, and what's crazy is that Willie Nelson has his products in Colorado and California. Willie's Remedy. Who else? Who else? I was watching. Excuse me. I was watching a documentary. Whose brother? Belushi's brother. He started his own company, and it's a really cool show. I think it was on Discovery, if I'm correct. And he talks about growing his own pot and selling it, making money off of it because that's what people are doing. They're able to grow it and um, it's cool. They can make money off. They can profit off this, and also the states. They make bukus of money, and you know, don't have to pay a lot of you can pay for roads and for schools and for this and that. And I mean, we talk about this a lot in different shows I've done. I'm a producer for I've been producing for radio shows for years. And for years there's been the same thing. You can't buy alcohol before noon on Sundays, and they changed that, and then they changed where you can go through a drive-through and buy alcohol. During the pandemic, they changed that, and so it's like, "Let us have something, dude. We got no fucking power. It's cold. We got no electricity. Can we go through a drive-through and get some?" "Yeah, go ahead. You're good. Just don't open it. Wait till you get home." And now you can go to, like, Taco Cabana, through the drive-through and get a little slushy, and they give you a little bottle, pour it in there. I don't like that's weak. I like it already made. Like, make it for me. Why in the fuck do I want to go to a drive-through and you give me a little cheap little bottle and then I'm out on that. I'd rather just make it at home. Got all the blenders and shit and make your own drinks. But that's another monster there, right? But I want to stick with this because this is very interesting. This has popped up on my radar. Friday, May 20th. The new interviews will come out with David Letterman, and one of them's with Kevin Durant. I can't wait for that. That's cool. He's wearing some Travis Scott ones. The first ones are brown. I have those. Those are pretty cool shoes. I think when I picked those up, I had just sold. I had the pair of Travis Scott ones that I got through the app, and I sold them for $1,000 cash. I shouldn't have sold. I should have held on. I knew it. I just was like, I had too many shoes, and I collect shoes. I know that's kind of weird, but it's what I do on the side. So I have a lot of Jordans, but now on the sneaker app, you try to get up on a Saturday or a Tuesday at 9 to get into drawing or do all that, and it's changed. I can't even sniff a pair. I don't know if they're looking at the age or what, but I haven't been able to get a pair of shoes from the sneaker app for probably over a year, and I was always hitting. I was hitting every weekend, and it shows you the history on your sneaker app on what shoes you've been able to get. And I have a really nice collection I've was able to get from the sneaker app. Yeah, those are some cool shoes, but they're pretty big. They're like boats. He's skinny. Look at his ankles. That's pretty cool. Very excited about watching that interview with Kevin Durant and David Letterman on Netflix. Yeah, there's a couple things on Netflix that popped up too on you know about layoffs, and I think it's crazy because what Netflix came out a few weeks ago, or maybe about a month ago, and talked about them being able to detect if you're sharing your password, and then they ask the person, whoever's trying to log in, if they're not in the same state or same area code or same whatever, that they flag you. I mean, like, you're making enough money. See what happens now. You start doing stuff like that, and people would just really just shy away from that. What is it hurting you, Netflix? You're still making money. You're still charging. How much money do you make off a person if they got the premier package for a whole year? How much do you make in a year, Netflix? What is it hurting you, man? So whatever. I have it. I go on and off because I like to watch. I watch the Ozarks. There was a couple other shows I was watching, and I love that. On my downtime, I'll do some Netflix, but I might jump out. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I mean, they're charging every month, so uh, you know. But anyway, I'm really interested in what else he's got to say, what Kevin Durant's got to say, and how the commissioner feels about him doing this and having that business. He's not playing right now, but he's still part of the NBA. I wonder how they feel about that because in a lot of states, it's still not legal. And like Letterman asked, they want to get away from that stigma. And but in cities like this in San Antonio, you'll get a lot of people who will frown upon that. Abbott. gateway. It's a gateway drug, man. Yeah, there's problems with a lot of different drugs, heroin, fentanyl on the streets, but it's silly how they treat marijuana. And there's people up in Austin who are really fighting to get it legalized in the state of Texas. But these people are warriors, man. They go out there and they're just like, trying to get people to sign up and to get to participate to make things better, right? To be just like the other states who can go out and buy it and profit from it and start businesses. I mean, right now would be the perfect time. There's a lot of people who are to work and a lot of people who can't get good jobs because there's nothing out there. I mean, this would be something really good for the state of Texas and for the city of San Antonio. I mean, just imagine that opening up some dispensaries and having, um, just young people come out and start their own businesses and start making money and living a good life instead of, worrying about how they're going to pay for, $4.25 gas, rents going up, um, and the grocery bills going up, the electricity, everything, inflation, everything is just going up. Everything costs more, right? Wouldn't that doesn't that sound good? Greg Abbott, is that okay with you? No. No, he wants to build walls and he wants to do this and that. I'm okay. Whatever, dude. Whatever. And at some point, I thought Matthew McConaughey was going to come in and jump in and be the governor of Texas. That would have been cool, right? And he's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to put my family through all that. I no. Wants to live and enjoy his life in Austin. Good for you. So you got Beto O'Rourke, coming out and just trying to run against Abbott, which I don't think he's gonna beat. He just doesn't bring it. Yeah, I get all these fucking texts alert. Hey, I'm from the Beto camp. Da, 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 da. Like, go away. Leave me alone. Stop texting me. He had Willie Nelson in his corner in his rallies, when he started to run. And he could have done so much with Willie because Willie, he's the king of Austin, man. He's the reefer man, right? In Luck, Texas. Um, so he could have got something out of that, but he didn't. He should have went up there and started smoking with with Willie, sparked up a joint like Elon did with Joe Rogan, sparked it up, hung out. But no, it's never going to happen in this state. So I don't know. It's a bummer. See, my brother lives in San Diego, and it's legal down there. He's a veteran, and he doesn't have PTSD, but he's got some ailments here and there from all the work he did for over 20 years in the Navy. And that's cool that he lives in a state where he can go down the street and instead of taking those pills or the Advils or all that, he can go down and get an edible to sleep or a joint or a little bit of flour to take home to indulge in his privacy of his own home, right? I think all veterans across the board, I don't care, all state lines, they should be allowed to do that. They deserve. They've been through a lot. They've sacrificed. If you're gonna deprive us citizens, at least let the veterans who've done something great for our country to be able to enjoy it. Just as like when back in the day when you joined the services, it was what 18 years old and or 17, and you can drink, and it's like, man, let these guys drink. They're out in the war zone. When they come back, allow them to drink. Get a beer, enjoy it. So if you're going to deprive us from indulging, then don't do it to the veterans. Change that law. We'll take back the drive-through alcohol crap. Let the veterans go in there and get some pot. Send it to them. Just make sure they got all the right credentials and send it to them. Right? Why not? Doesn't hurt. It's not going to hurt anybody. It's not a gateway. There's a lot going on around us. I actually stopped watching the news because it just makes me nervous. The local and the national news. I didn't do the reason I would watch the reason I watch the news a lot is I like to be informed, and I've done that for years. Being in the media and producing shows and being part of shows, and you want to be in the know, right? So you have to kind of listen to these local stories, know what's going on in City Hall. You want to know what's going on in DC. But now it's just like so exhausting to sit back and watch all that. I try my best to do it in doses. A lot of times I can't. It's too hard. It's heartbreaking to sit back and see some of the things and hear some of the things that are going on in our beautiful country. A lot of people killing each other for senseless things in this city. You you hear a lot, you see a lot, and it kind of makes I never thought I would say this because I like I said, I grew up in this city, and but I asked the questions like, when is the right time to take a weapon with you to go to the store to get something to eat, to get groceries for the week? I purchased a gun years ago just for home safety, but I've never used it. It's registered to me. I was able to get it. Um, but now it's like, man, do you have to carry it everywhere you go? I mean, you saw what happened with that 18-year-old. I don't even want to mention his name. I don't want to give him any kind of glory. That guy, wow. It's unbelievable how these things happen. Um, and it's sad to hear. But every day you're hearing about these stories that are happening around us. And it's heartbreaking. So, of course I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but like I said earlier, there's so many things that I want to get to, and I don't know if I'll get to them right now or later. All I'm doing is coming on here to try to get some hours on being live so I can, be able to get monetized. It's like a goal for me. I see everybody else doing it. Why not me, right? I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I see other people come on here and uh they're eating food, just kind of just hanging out and not doing much and they're profiting off this. So why not? Right? Why not? I'm not too much on TikTok. I like IG. Started off good with Facebook. I just kind of use that for work and to used to be able to get some good stories out of there. And still, if you can, if you really look around, and look around to see if there's stuff that's breaking or something interesting that you can watch. Uh, but a lot of times it's a lot of clickbait and so yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I'll try to get to. I want to try to build up my viewership. So I got to try to do something, right? Like what do I do? Do I bring some food in here or do I drink beers? Um I just don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to talk about certain things. So I've been really slacking because, you know, I wasn't able to ride my motorcycle in the wintertime. I'm not that good at it that I can just jump on and take off. So it's summertime. And now that I want to go ride, my bike's not ready. I got a low tire. I tried to ride it like 2 weeks ago and I almost lost it because the back end slipped out. And they even tell you when you go to these riders classes is to make sure to check everything before you take off. And my battery had died, and so I had to recharge that. Got on it, boom. When I turned the corner, I almost wrecked. But I gained control. I mean, you got to stay in control, or else you're gonna lose your motorcycle. So that's something I want to get done pretty quick, so I can go ride. But man, it's crazy to try to ride a motorcycle in San Antonio. We got some fucking crazy drivers here. People just don't give a shit. So yeah. So anyway, you're listening to Inside the Man Cave podcast show with me, Johnny Compian. First time I put it out there on Facebook. Nobody takes the bait. I'll try it again. I'm gonna keep trying until I get everybody that I know on Facebook to come and check in. Um, because I got a lot of cool friends that would really, 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 really be cool to jump on here and kind of catch up because we don't hang out anymore, right? Everybody's just doing their own thing. So it would be cool to get everybody in here, some of my friends, and chat and catch up and tell me what they're doing. Because this is what I'm doing. I'm really not doing anything. I'm just on here, just kind of just live. I need to put back the feed from what is it? Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's watch some more videos. Why not? Right? Why not? Let's see here. Oh, okay. Let's try this one. Oh, there it is. That looks cool. See if they have any music on. Enjoy this. I'm gonna go crack a beer open. It's 3:30 in the morning. I'm gonna crack a beer open because my throat is kind of dry. That happens when when you're talking a lot. Enjoy this. You are tuned in to Inside the Man Cave podcast show with me, Johnny Compian, late or early in the morning at 3:30 a.m. in the morning. Welcome into the podcast. Appreciate. I'm going to turn my mic off and just hang out, take a look around, enjoy the video. I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Inside the Man Cave podcast show with me, Johnny Compian. Welcome back. I saw on the screen on this video feed, they said that they had some interruption on the video feed because of the satellite. Yeah, satellites do that to you. Satellites will give you a headache. If you're there, I appreciate you checking in really quick. I appreciate the support. It's always good to jump on and catch up with you guys. It got a little too dark in here. You couldn't see me because I'm a dark person. Not like dark, like evil dark. I'm just dark.
Let's go to the phones.
Online.
This is Inside the Man Cave.
I always like to put a little ID out there. That kind of helps if somebody's watching that doesn't know anything about this show. That's a little identifier, right? And plus, it's on the screen. So yesterday I was on about the same time. And I talked about sponsorship. Here we go again. Heineken Light. If you're watching, or anybody from Heineken Light just woke up to go to the restroom and you're like, oh, there's a dude on YouTube and he's drinking a cold can of Heineken Light at 3:34 a.m. That would be me. Endorse this show. Send me a refrigerator of Heineken Light. Or like I mentioned, any beer company or local brewery in San Antonio, New Braunfels, San Marcos, on and all the way up to Dallas, Amarillo, anybody out there listening that wants me to endorse your beer at 3:30 in the morning, I will gladly do that. Just send it to me. You don't have to send me a fridge. Just send me the beer, or I'll go pick it up. Tweet at me at Johnny Compian, and we can arrange something. Because like I said yesterday, I'm having a hard time finding this beer. You could get it in a bottle before at the local liquor store or a grocery store, and you can't even do that now. It's unheard of. Sucks. But I'm looking for somebody to endorse my show, Inside the Man Cave podcast show. You know what we really need in right now? We really need some rain. It's so hot. It's been in the hundreds. It is so hot in South Texas. I was chatting with my brother earlier. He's up in the West Coast and San Diego, and he's like, dude, it's 65 today. I'm wearing a jacket. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. Okay. Bum me out. Cause I'm sitting here and it's freaking hot as hell. So we need some kind of relief, man. We need some rain. That would really help us out. Rain, rain, rain. But when it rains, it doesn't rain that. It just rains a little bit and then, you know. So that's pretty cool. That's a satellite that we're watching. Let's see if it has some music. Oh yeah. This shit'll put you to sleep. I can't play anything else. YouTube will flag me and they will take my videos down and they'll strike me and all this other crap. So I can't play music like I did on my podcast, which you can listen to on Anchor, has music in it in between with some sound bites and stuff, which is cool. So I'm gonna try to separate that and this YouTube thing. So it'll be two different things, right? So if you want to listen to the full production of some of the podcasts that I do here and there, because I really slack on that, I put up like three, I think. And I deleted a lot of older shit that I had in there. So I'm gonna update everything. But my main focus right now is this YouTube. I really want to gain some followers and some people that'll come on. Whenever I come on, I want people to come on and kind of support what I'm doing. That'll help me out right now. And you can chat if you're watching, if you got any questions or if, I can help with anything or you can help me. I don't know. I mean, I'm just talking to myself. I'm kind of enjoying it. Nobody's telling me to shut up and go do something else. I'm kind of in my own little deal here and I'm really digging it. So, what is today? What is today? Today is Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday. Hmm. May 19th, Thursday. Hmm. Time is moving pretty quick. Yeah, this music will fucking put you to sleep. But it's all we got. I can't play anything else. I'm not allowed. And I already spoke my mind out about that. I don't think it's right that YouTube can say you can't play videos or do anything on social media and have music on there or you can't get monetized. I think that's BS. And I mean, I don't know. I asked this question. I was like, who's saying this? Is it the artist or is it YouTube or Spotify? Whoever owns these platforms. I mean, I feel that we actually help the artist, right? Because if you hear something and you're like, dude, I really like that song that I heard on a podcast or on YouTube on a show from a local city, you're like, dude, I want to download that or buy it. And you end up buying the whole album. They don't give you any credit for that, right? I mean, I think they should, right? I think they're playing the game all wrong. I need to look more into it. I really don't know a lot of the facts about it. So if speaking out of line and you know more than I do, I mean, please, send me a tweet or a DM on Twitter at Johnny Compian and set me straight on this because I'm really having a hard time kind of going along with this YouTube thing because every time I do something, I get flagged. Even if you play a couple seconds of a song, like I wanted to play something for Chris Cornell. I played a couple minutes and I think I got flagged on it earlier and they pulled my video. So I think I played like maybe 2 minutes and then I jumped out pretty quick. I don't think that's that bad. I think you got a couple seconds and then they move out. Even on radio shows, they're doing that. You got to have music that's licensed, and it's just a mess. Times have changed so much. Such a bummer. Um, just want to go back to the days where you kind of just did what you did and enjoyed your time either on radio and were creative on radio, um, or on stuff like this would be really cool, right? Share music, talk about new music. I can talk about music news, but I can't play a lot of music. I just wouldn't help me out. But like I said, you can get the full production with all the music on my podcast, the audio portion of it on Anchor. Just look me up. Inside the Man Cave podcast show on Anchor with me, Johnny Compion. It's good stuff. Enjoy it. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your sister, whoever. Um, I'm just doing this to kind of pass the time and see if I pick up any traction. And like I've said earlier in the podcast, I invited a couple friends on. I invited a friend of mine a couple years ago. This was pre-pandemic, and he agreed. He's like, dude, he wanted to jump in and help me out. I was like, whatever I can do to help you out. Um, and I was like really just stoked about it. I'm not gonna say his name, but he got busy pretty quick. He's the drummer now of George Strait. He's part of the Ace in the Hole band now. So he's busy. He's got stuff to do. He doesn't have time to sit around at 3 in the morning and chat with me and look at the earth and drink Heineken Light. That shit tastes good. Doesn't matter what time it is. So I don't know. I'm watching the NFL Network, and there's a game on between Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. Man, it makes me miss football. Can't wait till it comes back. Hopefully this year I'll be able to attend a game in Las Vegas with my team. I jumped off the Dallas Cowboys bandwagon and I've been a Cowboy fan since I was a kid. And now I'm a Las Vegas Raiders fan. And I still have a lot of Cowboys gear. I don't even wear it anymore. I just need to donate it. Got some old jerseys. It's funny because I know some people who say like, a grown man should not be wearing another man's jersey. And a lot of times I was like, "Oh, shut up!" And now I'm like, "Yeah, they're right. There's no way you should be wearing a jersey and you with your hat on backwards." I think there's an age limit, right? Because you kind of start looking weird. You walk into a bar, you're like, oh, you're wearing a 88 jersey. Uh, whatever. But who am I to tell you what to do? Do it. If you want to look dumb, go ahead. And some people get criticized. Dude, what are you talking about? I've had this jersey since I was a kid. Yeah, okay, whatever. Enjoy it. So we're coming up to 4 in the morning Central Time. And I appreciate everybody jumping on. Oh, there's a commercial one for the live space feed. Yeah, so just change that. There you go. Well, I've been on already almost 2 hours, and I try to get people to jump on. I don't know how many people jumped in and joined the podcast, but I appreciate whoever jumped in and participated tonight. I appreciate you jumping in and just checking it out for a couple of minutes. I know you got to take it in doses. I said, I was going to do this and sit here all night, but I got to get some more material and come on here and talk about other stuff. I did bring up some good topics. Go back and listen to it. The Letterman Kevin Durant interview is going to be something to check out on Netflix. Appointment setting. I can't wait for it on Friday. I'll be watching that for sure. And then we can jump on here and watch some of the clips and discuss it because I'm sure there's going to be more than what he said that he was high during the interview with David Letterman. And to him and to Durant, he says, hey, it's like having a glass of wine. I like that. I'm going to use that, KD. I'm going to use that. It's like drinking a glass of wine. But I appreciate everybody's support. Little by little, I'm gaining a little momentum. I appreciate it. Little by little, I'm going to get where I want to be. And it's going to be because of you guys giving me a little bit of your time and your patience to come on here. I'm not a professional. I'm not a professional broadcaster. I'm not a professional podcaster. I'm just the average, guy who has a couple of microphones set up in his room, some cams, and I can just hit the live button, set up and hit the live button and go. Play some video, have some fun, have some beers, hang out, blab. So it's great that I can use this platform to do that. I enjoyed doing this, so that's why I'm doing that. So thanks everybody for jumping in. If you jumped in for a couple minutes, I appreciate that. Next time you stay for 10 minutes instead of 2 minutes. Just give me a chance. Yeah, I'm going to put out a Zoom link so you'll be able to jump on and get in here and chat, and if I say something that's out of line to you, then you can disagree with me and we can talk about it. If not, if you just want to come on here and say hi and say, hey, I'm from North Carolina or from Houston, or oh, please don't call from Houston or be on the show if you're from Houston. Don't waste your time. I'm kidding. Yeah, I'll take anybody. Anybody that wants to come in here inside the Man Cave podcast show and talk, I'm all for it. You guys have a wonderful morning. Have a great Thursday. I'll jump back on in here. And at some point later on in the afternoon, I appreciate all the support.
is Inside the Man